Good morning from the Ashley family. We are up and getting breakfast this morning, and we've already had a fail because my new breakfast system, I forgot that we were running out of granola. So today was supposed to be a granola morning. We had a little bit of granola, but thankfully we had some leftover cereal in the pantry. So we are finishing up some cereal. We have all of our breakfasts written out for each day of the week on the fridge, and then in the morning all I have to do is look at what day of the week is and make the corresponding food. It makes my grocery shopping and meal planning much easier because I don't have to think up breakfast, and I make sure to get enough for each day of the week. And usually I don't run out. This was the first morning I ran out, so I had to whip up some granola really quick. Make up this recipe based on what I have in the house, but today I used an entire container of oatmeal, about half a jar of peanut butter, and whatever was left of the applesauce, which was probably about a cup. I added a little bit of cinnamon and salt, and I had to mix it in several batches in my mixer. I got my granola cooking, and since the yogurt is so easy to start, I also started some yogurt in my Instapot, all before getting my coffee this morning. So I'm gonna sit down with a cup of coffee while my kids finish breakfast. And we are gonna attempt to do some devotions this morning. So I really like using this book, Long Story Short, for our devotions. This goes through the Old Testament. There is I think it's Short Story Long is the New Testament version, and we have that as well. And they are super fast devotions. I mean, some mornings it's only 5 minutes, but you could easily draw it out to be longer. We've only gotten maybe a third of the way through. It's a long book, but we're consistent in it. So this is what it looks like. We're on day 4. We're reading about Moses as God's calling Moses to come and free the Israelites from Egypt. So you can see there's the header. Sorry, I'm holding the baby while filming this, so this may be a little wonky. It kind of goes over what we remember from this past week. Here is a scripture reading, and it's usually a short section. Usually the first day of the week might be a little bit heavier reading as we're reading over the whole passage, and then usually it's more like 5 to 10 verses as we review or we read from the New Testament to learn about the Old Testament. And then it gives a little paragraph to read that kind of explains and correlates it to the children. And then on the next page it has questions. And my favorite part is it actually has the answers to the questions. Yay for mommy brain in the morning. Sorry.
Then God said, take off your shoes. He's sitting on the holy ground.
That's right. Good job. So you guys are learning something actually. So the other thing that we do every morning, well, after every meal, is we have started a new zone cleaning system where each kid cleans up a certain zone after every meal, and it takes about 5 to 15 minutes depending. So the table gets cleared and wiped, the kitchen gets cleaned up, the laundry gets rotated, and the bathrooms get a quick wipe down, and the family room gets picked up. And it just takes a few minutes, and I feel like the house has been super clean overall. Not super clean, but comparatively. So excuse my appearance, I have not had time to get dressed yet or do my hair and makeup. But I often get asked how I homeschool 4 consecutive grades, or how I homeschool with so many little kids not schooling. So I wanted to kind of show you what I do. The short answer is we just do it. We don't have a specific routine or like some set of something that we do. We just do it. We have certain things that work better some days, but honestly, we just take each day at a time. And some mornings we get started really early. Some mornings we get started really late. But I'll just kind of show you a few tips and tricks that worked for us. The first thing is, if it's nice outside, I will get my kids out. I'll at least get the boys outside, but any kids that want to go outside can go outside if it's nice. If the weather's not nice, or if I'm pressed for time, I'll turn on music and have them run around the house for 5 minutes. or turn on a YouTube video. There's some cool like counting videos where they're like counting and jumping and moving and skip counting, and my kids love those, and it's kind of good. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bees.
Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9.
7 flowers growing in the ground. We did a library run yesterday, so everyone's enjoying their new books. So we're gonna just let them read for a little bit this morning. Karina just did her school reading to me. She likes to get that done first thing out of the way, so she'll usually read to me while I'm drinking my coffee or eating breakfast. And in a second here, Caden's gonna read to me, right, dude? And then we'll move on to math and history pretty soon after this. So I found that works best for us right now in this stage, and it can change either week to week or month to month. Good job. Now 1 minus 0. I found that works best is to do math with Caden and Karina, who are both at various stages through kindergarten right now, kindergarten, preschoolish. So I do math with them. Very good. And Jackson usually plays with his school toys or reads books. He's got the closet right back there. The closet right back there has his shelves of library books and school toys, and he will usually play by himself or with me or with whatever sibling is done with school while I do math with them. Reagan went down for an early nap today, but she's usually up rolling around on the blanket next to us here. And then Andrew and Juliet, I don't know if you can see in the dining room, are doing their history on the computer. And they're studying for their test today. It's really helpful because their history is all set up for them to do. They need minimal help from me. So for kindergarten, I teach rod and staff math. It's actually a first grade book 54? That we go through. Yes, 54. That we go through at a slower pace for kindergarten. Actually, there's 2 books for first grade, and we just do the first book through kindergarten. And actually, we go through it at a slower pace, and we interact with various worksheets. And then Caden already finished his book, so he's on just a workbook after that. And I've loved this for kindergarten. I've now taught it for 4 different children through kindergarten. And it just works really well. It's got a very good foundation. It's very systematic. If you're interested in seeing the rod and staff curriculum, I have all the stuff for the kindergarten, first grade-ish workbooks and curriculum. So let me know in the comments if you want to see it. I can do a review on this one. I've loved this. I only use it for kindergarten, but I love it. Andrew and Juliet are studying for their history test. This is the Veritas Press history that they do all online together. And I'm going to try to do a review video of that sometime this weekend and show you, because this has been a lifesaver to me this year. And Jackson is eating a peanut butter spoon. And whatever leftover milk was from breakfast, I guess. Is that good? Yeah. So after history, Andrew and Juliet do their math. And we are doing Christian Light Education math. I did a review on this. I will link it below. And we love this math. This is super helpful to us right now. Yes, we think we love this math. This works great for having lots of kiddos because they're able to essentially do it themselves. All the instructional work is in their workbooks, so sometimes they just need me to explain something to them. So they do their flashcards, their speed drills, and then they start their lesson, and I'll come answer questions or explain something or keep them on track. But for the most part, starting at first grade and up, we've been doing this, and it's just been super helpful so that I'm not teaching multiple math lessons every day. So it's about 11 o'clock now. We actually got a lot of school done this morning. Usually we're not have gotten quite so far this morning at this time of day. So I'm really excited. I'm still running my granola, which I forgot about. Thankfully it's forgiving because I need to go stir it. And I'm a little scatterbrained this morning. Like I said, it's about 11 o'clock now, and we're kind of doing a new system now. My husband just switched his work schedule, so he's actually home in the morning and then leaves for work after lunch. So we kind of are starting to do an earlier lunch, like around 11:30, and that's kind of our family meal. So I'm trying to make a bigger, hotter meal for lunch and then just do simple dinners on his work days. So I actually got to go start some lunch for the family, and then we'll finish any other school later this afternoon. If Andrew and Juliet haven't finished their math, they'll finish their math. I'll probably have them do another history lesson because it's the end of the school year and we're trying to get everything finished. And I'd love to do a read aloud if we get to it. But that's basically what most school mornings look like. We are operating on a minimal system right now. There's only 2 weeks of school left. So we're kind of just doing enough to fill our 180 days and finish our history program. So that was our homeschool morning. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe our videos, and let me know in the comments if you like this video, what videos you want to see in the future, any other reviews or explanations about our curriculum. Thank you.